I'm glad to see you. Oh, hello, very lucky. それで館長。
That's supposed to be English.
坂子
I really wish I had my initial reaction to this shit.
Abu?
Abi.
Beautiful and elegant.
That's supposed to be English. Can somebody tell me what the hell the captain said here though?
Yes, Abu.
I have no idea what the hell. Yes, Abi. What the hell is that supposed to even be? What kind of English is? Oh, Abi.
Yes, Abu.
Oh, Abi. I don't know what word is that. Somebody clarify. Let's flick it go. Alright, this episode gets things started with a face-off of Hyoto, Sanosuke, and Kenshi. A bit of Kenshi, huh? This fight was a good showing of the teamwork that Sanosuke and Kenshi have, working to take down a common foe in Hyoto. His presence wasn't that serious. I don't know. He wasn't that much of a threat, even though he did a surprising amount of damage to Sanosuke for being a mid-level grunt, right? Now, shout out to Kenshi for being able to cut flames in the 2023 version and helicopter in it, spinning his blade in the 90s version, draining out the flicking oil and giving Sanosuke a chance to go in for that final kick. Alright. And then we have Karu here erasing some of the doubt in Megumi's mind that she has towards Kenshi, giving her a reason to stick around a little bit more. But here we see Bashimi coming in and aiming his attack towards Megumi. But thankfully, Yahiko stretches his hand out in a bid to protect Megumi. Not because really he cares for her, but he cares about being a part of the group. He wants to feel, I guess, useful. So he risks death itself for his comrades in Kenshi, Sanosuke, Karu, all of them. Alright? He's poisoned by Bashimi's attack, and oddly enough, in the 90s version, we get to see a little bit of a difference here. Hanyu comes in and rescues Hyotoko and Bashimi. The differences start here. There's a fight here between Hanyu and I believe is the demon mask guy. Hanyu and Kenshi. Now the 2023 version has a fight which is omitted in the 90s version. I don't know why they would do that. Maybe to delay the eventual fight they do have. But it doesn't really bother me too much. We once you get the general idea, it doesn't matter too much in this case. But as the episode progresses, more liberties have to be made in the both versions in comparison, because the 90s version takes liberties. Now we're moving on. Now I do quite like the sense of urgency we get with Megumi. The moment she realizes she might lose somebody, or somebody might die because of her actions. All right. Now, before I even move on, the poison. I know that this might seem a little bit petty, but the poison changed from a thorn apple in the 90s version to a strontium leaf. I think I'm saying that right. Two completely different poison sources in both versions. Why they decided to change that is beyond me. Also, Kenshi is the one to suggest sucking out the poison in the 2023 version. But in the old version, it's Karu entirely who decides to do it. And she's like, no, you don't suck out the poison. That's not gonna be good for you or the patient. Ooh, and here we have Dr. Gensai making his first appearance in the 2023 version. Now, I assume this is his first appearance because I don't remember seeing him any time before now. Here's what's going on here now. Gensai, apart from his role being the same as the 90s version, with identifying the masterful nature of Megumi's work, he also gives us a backstory of Megumi, which makes more sense that he knows of the doctor that Megumi worked for, opposed to Kenshi knowing. So I kind of like the 2023 version's use of Gensai as a doctor to know her. All right. We get quite the details about Megumi's family and her history, not just from Gensai himself, but also from Kenshi and his conversation he has with Megumi on the outside. We do learn that Megumi's family is basically, her family was forced to fight, and as such she lost most of her family. She still believes that some of her family members that were reported missing are still alive and out there. It gives her a little bit of a reason to keep pushing forward throughout this whole ordeal. Alright. Now we even get a name for the drug that was produced, the stronger drug. It's called spiderweb, which is fitting. It once you're in, you can't get out. Now we didn't even get a name for this stronger drug in the old version. It was just was a stronger version of what she was already making before. So regardless of that fact, after revealing that, we get a little bit of a bonding moment between Megumi and the group. Although Sanosuke still does not trust her, because again, it's her reasoning, it's her choices, her decisions that led to Sanosuke losing his friend. So he understandably still doesn't trust her. In the 90s version, his distrust is even more apparent. But I'll have to talk about that next week because of how they shift things around. Speaking of switching things around, we get this conversation between Aoshi and Hanyu at the end, which in the old version came somewhere in the beginning section of the episode, which makes sense because of, again, how they took liberties that allowed things to play out in this manner. That's just how things are. But speaking of that, apparently Hanyu got injured in his little scuffle with Kenshi, which would give light, which would allow things to make sense why Hanyu is not present, or why he's just spying and not attacking because he got hit by Kenshi. In the old version, sorry, he just kind of disappears because reasons he didn't get in a scuffle. But all in all, this week's episode was fine. I'm looking forward to seeing how they do next week's episode. The part that was, should I say, left out, because the new version has a slower pacing. It seems like they really want to tell the story how they feel it was intended to be told, so they're taking their time with the story. And the 90s version, I wouldn't say it's rushing, but it's taking unnecessary liberties where it didn't need to, and as such the story might be jumbled up, might be off at some points. if you don't know about the original source, right? But nothing too bad, I guess. I'm kind of curious. I have no memory of that English scene at the end in the 90s version, but I'm watching the episodes, both episodes as they go along, 90s and 2023 version. So maybe episode 10 of 90s I'll hear English in the 90s. I have no idea, but hopefully the captain makes his reappearance. Guys, thank you for watching. Can you not tell I wasn't on a script this time around for the most part? I'm sure you could tell, right? But guys, thank you for watching, much appreciated. I'll see you guys real soon, okay? Goodbye, so long, and farewell, goodbye. It is out.